morning. It is another beautiful day out. We got a couple of nice days in a row. Three or four, and then a chance of rain, and then another 3 or 4. So I knocked a bunch of hay down. That's drying out in the field. If you haven't seen that video, go take a look. There's a bunch of it laying down there. I raked a little bit last night, so today I'm going to rake it one more time this afternoon, and then I will bale it. And I'll explain why we're doing that to those of you who've never made hay before. Right now I've got this potato machine hooked up. This is for hilling. I have literally never used one of these before, but we're going to try it out and see how well it works.
Keep going.
The road down there, there's no...
That's pretty cool. That's cool. Very cool.
So the machine works good. Look at that versus that. Trouble is there's so many weeds we can hardly tell where the potatoes are. Not all of them have come up yet. I don't know why that is. Who knows? It's the first time with our potato planter too. The main problem is that we have a 2-row potato planter and I have a 4-row harrower. And so with that machine we were using, it was pretty hard to keep straight. Slight turn of the steering wheel and the whole thing would go one way or the other. And so the rows don't perfectly line up with each other. And this, obviously, you know, we're doing 4 rows at once. It makes it pretty hard to drive it straight because if 2 rows are off a little bit, you're ripping up all the potatoes. So I don't really care this year. We're just learning, we're growing, we're figuring it all out. I'm gonna either shorten this guy to 2-row. The plan was to put this behind the shipper, the little tractor that we have. So I might shorten this up so it's just a 2-row harrower, and then it'll match the planter. Maybe we'll get a bigger planter. Or maybe we'll figure out how to drive straighter with the planter and then it won't be a problem. I don't know. It's all learning. It's pretty awesome. I have had rakes like this lots. I never knew you could tether with them. In the process of shopping for a rake, one of the manufacturers, actually this is an old rake, but the guys that make this rake, the Harvest Company, they were showing how you could tether with one of these rakes by flipping them backwards. Basically all that means is you're fluffing up all the hay. I'm not raking it for baling right now, I'm just trying to fluff it all up. That helps it dry out. Now you can see the air can get back underneath here again, whereas there it's laying really flat to the ground and you can't. So by fluffing it up, now there's room underneath and the wind can blow underneath and get the other side of it. So that's all we're doing. He's just gonna do that. Now I hope he doesn't hit that post. I just taught him how to do it. It's Waylon driving there, 12 years old, first time tethering or raking. It sticks out a long ways on the one side of the tractor, so that's where he needs to be really careful going around this post. But I think he's got enough instructions. He should be good. There he goes. Told him keep an eye on that one wheel because it sticks way out. No problem. All the way around. Whoops, I'm pointing you guys in the wrong direction. I was watching at least. There he goes. Boom. So later today, I'm going to come by later today and I'm going to rake this up into actual rows. But this is going to give her 3-4 hours. I mean, it is a gorgeous day. Look at this. Sun shining. There's a slight breeze. You can tell by the trees. That's like the perfect hay drying weather. You want a little bit of wind like this, and it blows up underneath. So if you can see the hay here's moving it in the wind. I don't know if you can tell that. So that warm air can now get in there. So if you look at this, how high this is, right? It's fluffed up here. The air can blow through that versus over here, it can't. I mean, it can a little bit, but here it's really flat to the ground. Okay, so this lump here, it's harder for it to get at it. By the time he's done, he's just going to fluff that up. And you can see on the bottom side, it's pretty well dry, but it's still a little bit damp in there. So by exposing that to the sunlight and to the wind, it'll help dry it. It's extremely important for it to be dry. If we try to make hay that's wet, it'll rot. It'll get mold in there. Now, we can still make use of that, especially beef cattle. They'll just pick through it. They'll eat what they like, and they'll leave the rest and just trample it into the manure, and then you use it as bedding again, or as fertilizer later. But for dairy hay, I only want to make good hay. If we happen to make bad hay, well, it is what it is. But ideally, you always want to make hay that is just perfect, and for beef as well. I mean, the ideal thing is to make perfect good hay, and that way they get maximum production. So the quality of this, I don't even know what half of these plants are. This is old seeding. It probably hasn't been reseeded in, I don't know, many years. Eventually we're going to add more stuff to it. There's still lots of good stuff in there as well. Lots of it's weeds, but it doesn't really matter as long as we're getting some good volume. I mean, there's not much volume here. We need fertilizer on here badly. This is a very low spot. There's hardly anything growing. Farther down there, it's pretty thick and deep. This year, we don't have a lot of animals. I got a lot of hay ground. There's 50 acres to cut here, which is what, 20 hectares, I think, or something, 25 hectares. And then I got more on the other side to cut. And we only have a few animals. I need like 200 bales. I already have 40. So I need another 160 bales this year, which we might even get off this piece that he's doing right now. And then the rest is extra. So that's not really an issue. But as time goes on, we're going to need more and more feed as we get more animals, and we're going to be putting more fertilizer on. We're going to get, you know, more thick, luscious grass growing. We should be able to produce a lot of bales off of this because there's lots of land here. It just needs to be loved. It hasn't had any love. So I got to go. I taught him how to do this now, so I can go. I got to do a milk delivery. When I get back, he should be pretty well done tethering it all. And then in about 3 hours or so, we'll rake it all up into rows. We'll leave it again for an hour or two, and then we will bale it. So Waylon was tethering earlier. It is now about 3-4 hours later roughly. You can see how he's got it all spread out. Sorry, I got very dirty windows. And I am now raking it. So I've got the rake turned a different way so that all the wheels line up, and it takes all the feed from the one side and moves it all the way over and puts it on one row. So I already drove down this way and put this on this row, and now I'm coming back up going on the other way. And that'll be ready for the baler. So in about 3 hours or so, I'll probably start baling. It's already pretty dry now. I think it'll be dry enough to bale now, but I'm going to leave it. Once I'm done raking, I'm going to try cutting some more hay over there yet today, and then we'll get this all baled up before nighttime. So I'm pretty happy with this batch. This is going to be a good batch of hay here. Volume again is an issue, but like I said, we're going to have more feed than we need this year anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But in years to come, obviously, we need more nutrition in this soil. And that's coming because we have animals. The animals are eating this feed, pooping, peeing into bedding. That bedding is now manure, right? It's going to have compost, and next year we're going to be able to put that on this land and that'll increase the fertility of the land, helping us grow more grass, which in turn helps us feed more animals, which then of course completes the cycle. Then we get more manure from those animals, that goes on here, that'll create more grass, and so on. We also need to do some new seeding in here, and eventually we're going to rip this land up and smooth it out a little bit too, and put brand new seeding in. For now, I'm just going to top dress some new seeds in, and that's it. It's hard to do all this with a camera, but it is possible. And now we're going back this way. So you can see how we spread it out this morning, and then now we're putting it into rows, getting it ready for baling. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. There's some bugs out here. Out in the field here, just gonna get Waylon set up for raking. So he did the tethering, he's done that quite a bit now. You can't really do that wrong, just fluffing it up. If you don't know what that is, when we first cut hay, it lays pretty flat on the ground. I leave it there for a day or two. Then we come along, we fluff it all up, get the air through it. So then it looks like this. And I've shown that in the past video, but you can see it's kind of fluffy looking. Air can get underneath it and blow it. Now I need to put it into rows like this so I can actually bale it, because I can't bale that. And so I was going to do it this morning, but there was a heavy dew. I couldn't do it, and I got a concrete truck coming. So I got to be in all places all at the same time. I'm needed, which is a good thing to be needed, but I got to be at home when the concrete truck comes in a half an hour to pour the concrete. So I'm going to get Waylon taught how to rake. He's never done that. He's done tethering and he's good at driving tractor. He'll figure it out. So this all needs to get raked up. It's good and dry. And then when I'm done pouring concrete this afternoon, I would like to bale this all up. Tomorrow is rain, the next day is rain, the next day is rain. Today's a beauty day for making hay. So Waylon's coming in the field right now. And we'll get that all going. Now you're up to speed. All right, Waylon is off. It is already hot and sticky. It was 31 or 32 degrees Celsius yesterday. It's supposed to be about the same today. Very, very hot. Doesn't take long to get wet and soaked in sweat. He is going, and just waiting for him to come back, make sure everything's good and he's got her under control, and then I'm going to head up to the farm, make sure everything is ready for concrete. So we're pouring a new area for the pigs, just a concrete pad so they can't burrow anymore and dig. It'll make our lives a lot easier for cleanup as well. And instead of just having the 4 pens that were there, there's going to be 7. So they're a bit smaller, but still more than enough room for a sow, and that'll give us room for piglets as well when we need to wean them, as well as down the road there'll be calf pens, and just gives us that much more storage, a little bit less stress in the barn, a little bit more organization, I guess. What I want to do is build a pig facility outside, as I said before, but we're hesitant to do that. We've invested a lot as it is, and there's still some questions as far as our immigration. We're just not sure how much more we want to invest in right now. Hands down, still best decision ever. Very happy with it, but I would like to get some of these things resolved first before we go too much crazier. So we're going to stay at the current size that we are. We're not going to work on growth right now, and just work with the animals that we have until we figure something out, which hopefully will happen soon. I want to do a review on this loader sometime yet. I actually really like the loader, and that's how easy it comes off. It just sits on here, and it's got one pin in there. That's it. You pull the pin on both sides, and away she goes. So way better than the old school style loaders. It took a lot more bolts and stuff. This is the same as Case International John Deere. I guess it's really good that way. I'm very happy with the loader. The buckets, not so much, but we're going to get into that in another video. My phone was full. I had to delete a whole bunch of footage, but anyway, they've got a whole bunch of stuff done already. So this is on now, but it's 4 bolts, 2 on this side, 2 on that side. Then we got to tighten the arms up again, because otherwise it slops back and forth. But in order to get it in and get the other implements off, we got to loosen them. So they're going to tighten those guys up now, and then she's good to go. Now you do have to be careful you don't lift this up too high, because the PTO shaft needs to go through onto that shaft. That's our 540 spline, and the implements run on that. So the baler in this case runs on that. If I lift this up, we'll bend the PTO shaft. We don't want to do that. He's going to snug that up so it can't go side to side. We'll hook the baler up and we'll get in the field.
Oh, is that one gonna be out? Oh dear, he's out of the tractor.
He's probably looking at that quick.
It's probably not going up.
Still waiting, eh? Oh, he's getting back in. He's getting back in. Are we gonna miss it? Maybe he's putting the strings on. Aw, isn't it cute?
Uh-huh.
been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car.